What's up, everybody? My name is Kiefer and welcome to Strikedown, a brand new series where we will be pitting two characters against one another to answer the age-old question, who would win in a fight? For the first ever episode, I thought we'd set the stage with a sort of average power level. We'll get to the fights between Gojo, Omni-Man, Goku, and all the other god tier characters eventually, but I wanted to start off with two fighters who have a little bit more style than they do power. Spoiler alert for My Hero Academia and Fullmetal Alchemist. Starting off with the e-boy himself, Mr. My Flames Are Better Cause They're Blue. I told you being emo wasn't just a phase. I listen to MGK on a daily basis. Dabi. Dabi is one of the lead antagonists of My Hero Academia and a user of the quirk known as Blue Flame. In terms of raw power, Dabi has probably the strongest fire-based ability in the My Hero universe, and debatably one of the most powerful quirks in general in terms of raw output, with the only quirk that can really compete being his brother's half cold, half hot. With that being said, the firepower of Blue Flame comes at a heavy cost not felt by the other notable fire users. The heat from this ability is so intense that it literally burns its user alive, covering Dabi's body in purple scar tissue and giving him his signature look. This means that in prolonged battles, not only is Dabi prone to tiring out faster, but he significantly increases the chances of hurting himself like a confused Pokemon.
You met Alice. What the fuck?
With that being said, Dabi is completely immune to pain, allowing him to press on fighting to the point of complete unrecognizability, burning so hot that he is able to burn Endeavor's skin. He has a vast arsenal of ranged attacks, with each one being larger than the last, which is actually the second major drawback of Blue Flame. Its raw strength comes at the expense of really any amount of precision. Dabi has phenomenal control over his flames. We see him forming a perfect fist when he was just a child, but he specializes in size and strength over precision and accuracy. Need to burn down a city block? Dabi's your guy. Need a candle lit? You might want to find someone else. Also, his quirk allows him to fly and hover in the air. In the opposite corner, we have another fire user, Mr. Mysterious and Brooding, always one step ahead, snap don't clap, Colonel Roy Mustang. Now, Mustang's powers are far more nuanced than Dabi's burn everything alive. The way his fire alchemy works starts in his gloves, which are made of what is known as ignition cloth, that create sparks when he rubs his fingers together. The transmutation circles on the gloves allow him to control the density of the oxygen in the air, creating invisible pathways and walls that the spark travels along before reaching a concentration of oxygen and exploding into a fireball. This allows Mustang to create enormous explosions in the middle of a crowded city and cause no damage to anything besides his target. This gives him unbelievable control over his flames, even being able to clear out crowded rooms without so much as singeing one of his allies. It also means he has absolute control over the placement of the initial explosion, creating a fireball seemingly behind or at least on Envy's eyes in multiple occasions. He can create much larger fireballs with his right hand and much more accurate, smaller fireballs with his left, giving him a good amount of variability in his fighting style. But that will bring us to the fight. Who would win in this head-to-head duel, the disgraced son with immeasurable power, or the colonel with the forbidden knowledge of his master? There are a few conditional factors that we're going to establish first. 1. If it's a rainy day, Dabi just wins. The water would probably weaken Dabi's abilities, but Mustang is completely unable to fight while it's wet. Additionally, Dabi has the ability to overheat his body, causing an explosion that was estimated to have a fireball with a diameter of 3 miles wide. We're going to ignore this because obviously in turning yourself into a bomb, you also die, which in this case would not be winning the fight, so we're just not going to consider that for this situation. The other factor is going to be the location of the fight. See, the reason that this fight is so interesting to me is the mechanics of Mustang's power. On the surface, it may just seem like he has the ability to make explosions, but in reality, he's manipulating the oxygen in the air itself to control the size, direction, and strength of the flames. This means in a fight between the Colonel and another fire user, in this case Dabi, Mustang should be able to redirect his opponent's attacks if he's not able to stop them completely by pushing all of the oxygen out of a space. If Dabi and Mustang were to fight in an enclosed space like a hallway, Mustang should be able to push the oxygen out of the space between them, where Dabi's fireballs would instantly dissipate. Depending on how much fine control he has over the oxygen molecules, he could even open up a small hole through the field of the oxygenless space that he could throw his own spark through, allowing him to attack while nullifying Dabi's ability to do anything. On the other hand, if they're fighting in a big open field, suddenly the favor shifts tremendously. Dabi's flying ability has never really been shown to have crazy speed, but when compared to Mustang, who is just a human with human legs, he should be considerably faster. This would make things much more difficult for Mustang, as he would constantly need to be shifting the oxygen in all directions, and really if Dabi made a wall of fire big enough, I don't know if Mustang could even block it without cutting off his own ability to breathe. And at that point, Mustang would just look like he was firebending, waving his arms all around and redirecting all of Dabi's attacks, which creates a much larger gap for Mustang to make a mistake and allow for Dabi to score a fatal blow. At the same time, Mustang's control over his explosions is really unlike anything Dabi has had to fight before. Everyone Dabi has ever fought shoots flamethrowers and fireballs from their hands at their opponents. Mustang is able to trigger explosions practically anywhere, which means that while Dabi could theoretically overwhelm Mustang's ability to redirect his attacks, Mustang could still probably throw enough small explosions to at least keep Dabi off balance and not allow him to use continuous attacks. In terms of endurance, it's no question that Mustang has the advantage, which means that Dabi's only real chance of winning is if he attacks quickly and overwhelms Mustang before he has the time to really react. Because once Mustang has the room to breathe, he'll be able to keep Dabi off balance and on the run, deflecting his attacks and creating explosions at his feet. Ultimately, while Dabi definitely has the potential to win, I think Colonel Mustang just has more win conditions, and his ability to manipulate oxygen just gives him an extreme advantage over other fire users. There's also the argument to be made that if Mustang really can remove all of the oxygen from his space, that he could just pull a Zahir from Legends of Korra and literally just suffocate Dabi by creating a vacuum around his head. But this is a series that I've been wanting to start for a while, and I'll probably be doing a power scaling and ability breakdown series in the future as well. And once Solar Labs is set up, we'll have a full wiki documenting all of these stats there. But that is all I have time for tonight, so please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more. Check out the second channel for the Let's Play.